how would you make this a little more appealing for the young ones who are, just starting off on their, training skills and, of course, doing basketball as a sport?
Thank you. I think there's so much power in storytelling, and I think it's great that we've tapped local ambassadors who are players themselves, because it's in knowing their stories and how they began and how the dream developed, how they were able to pursue it, that you're really able to empower an audience. So I really love the opportunity that's been given to us to really have this platform and to show that the game is something to be passionate about, but it is also the passion and pride of being a Filipino going after an ambition or a dream. And hopefully, through that communication, we're able to empower the younger generations to dream also. Because not just them, but lahat tayo, we've gone through such an uncertain 2 years that I think there is that hesitancy to go after a dream. So sana through this platform, through Philippines hosting the World Cup, the FIBA World Cup, there can be that reawakening of the ability to dream again, especially for our younger generations.
To follow up, this would probably have you be taken to different parts of the country. Are you ready for that as well?
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to it. I obviously love spending time with children. I really do have a heart for kids. And it's just really seeing their pure joy in discovering maybe a new skill or even just the joy of the game, because it's a part of being in a community. It's a supportive community. Mas lalo na basketball really has such a solid support here in the Philippines that I hope that same support can be offered to these kids when we are able to go and meet them, when we're able to give them opportunities. As being said, that there are going to be courts around the country that are going to be adopted, to be refurbished, and hopefully on those same courts, those children can realize and go after something that they really want to pursue.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next up, from Rider Page, we have Jojo Panaligan.
Hi. To Catriona. Catriona, what do you like? I'm here. Hi. Okay. What do you like about basketball? Either a spectator or a player, maybe. And how do you think does the game mirror life?
Sana player talaga. If only height was the only requirement. But I think it's just one of those avenues that makes you so proud to see your country being represented. In any sport, really, and it translates over to pageantry. I think there's such a joy in being a part of a community that's all cheering for the same team. And also just seeing those stories. I really am a lover of stories, especially when there's stories of overcoming obstacles, overcoming challenges. And you see that in every player that steps on court. They're representing something, whether it's they're carrying their country or they're carrying the overcoming of their journey. And I think that's something that should be amplified. So as a spectator talaga ako, hindi ako nasa. Maybe when we do our traveling in the provinces, I'll try my best. But as a spectator, I hope also we can really bring more audiences to appreciate the sport of basketball, especially appreciate the passion that comes from being a Pinoy in basketball.
How does the game mirror life? Because I notice Filipinos are so emotional when it comes to the game.
I think it's the tension that I think is on court. We do love that entertainment that it gives, but again, it's seeing the journey unfold. I think it was mentioned kanina, there is the joy of the journey in being either a former player or a player or someone who wishes to see themselves on a court in the future. It really represents so much in the conditioning of not only your body but your mind. The things that you must have to overcome to even get to that point, I think is very admirable. And so I think us Filipinos, when we see people excelling, especially when we see ourselves in them, we see our stories reflected in them, that's when we really get invested. And I think that's why us Filipinos really love basketball.
Sino ba naman hindi kikiligin? Of course, me personally, I'm very honored to be working with our Miss Universe, diba? Actually, this is my second time working with Catriona. Actually, sobrang very inspiring all the time. Every time na, alam naman natin, every time na magsalita siya, it's very inspiring, you know, and sobrang yung pagmamahal niya sa Pilipinas, talagang Pilipinas at saka sa Pilipino, especially sa mga bata. And ganoon din kami, as an ambassador siguro, we're here to, you know, to inspire also, not only the players who's gonna play for the 2023 FIBA World Cup, but also the Filipinos, and especially the kids who inspire to be a basketball player, most especially the mga bata. So siguro our goal here is not only to promote and to parang ipakita yung culture ng Pilipinas. We're here to inspire also, most especially. And I think every time Catriona do his guesting or saan man siya magpunta, I'm sure a lot of people, marami siya nai-inspire na mga, especially mga bata. And ganun din kami. Yun yung goal namin dito, to inspire younger ones, no? To be, you know, again, ma-inspire na someday maging katulad din namin o maging katulad ng mga players na lalaro for the FIBA 2023.
How about si Gary? Na nag-inspire nung makatabi niya na si Catriona kanina.
Kaya ano kami, siyempre sabi nga, kung kinilig kami, kung tanong mo, siyempre kinilig. Sabi nga ni L.A., malaking bagay yun na kasama namin si Miss Catriona Gray, na siguro hindi lang sa basketball pa natin yung mga ma-inspire namin noon. No? Siyempre pag may pumunta kami sa iba yung mga provision natin dito, ma-inspire din yung mga kababaihan na nag-inspire din para maging isang binibining Pilipinas na para sa kanya kasama natin na umiikot at pinupromote natin yung FIBA World Cup na darating mag-aaroon next year. Yun lang. Thank you.
How about to Catriona? How do you react to their upon hearing their answers?
Flattered. Flattered. But I also really appreciate the opportunity to be surrounded by people who are so passionate about what they do and about their craft, and who at the end of the day want to allow people or give the opportunity to others to reach their same level.
Catriona, we know na the influence of social media right now. Paano mo ma-encourage yung mga young generation na instead of using cellphone all the time, mag-join na lang siya sa sports?
I think we need to give them the opportunity and the resources to be able to enjoy the outdoors. Kasi sa sports naman, kailangan ng mga equipment. So sana we could raise the awareness for the need, especially to distribute sa mga provinces, yung mga sporting equipment, or mga basketball court lang man, to really encourage the kids, kasi paano kung walang resources to really explore that path for themselves. And I think it would make a big difference sa mga, I don't know, yung inspiration nila, for able to really allow them to be exposed to the stories of our athletes who have excelled so well, not only nationally, but internationally din, because I think more times, it's really their stories are just like those children. They started from something, they were able to really go after a dream, and sometimes that's just the encouragement that someone needs to know that someone did it pala rin, and their story reflects mine. So siguro, I could also do it. So, yun po.
Catriona, how different it is to be after being the queen of the universe, now you're the queen of FIBA ambassadors?
Siguro I was really surprised naman po, kasi malaking honor din yun eh, because it really feels like I'm representing our country once again. I know just how passionate us Filipinos are about basketball. I think even more so than pageantry siguro. So I really understand the weight that is on the shoulders of our athletes, and not only wanting to make their families proud, but to make their country proud din eh. And it's also a unique opportunity because we are welcoming other nations to the Philippines. And I really welcome that opportunity to make a great first impression, to show them just how warm of a people we are, and to really give them a fiesta celebration like no other as we all come together for our shared love of basketball.
Before,
Nung bata. Nung bata pa lang ako. But I really appreciate the discipline, the mindset that goes into any sport. But really here in the Philippines, we love our basketball. I'm a fan din, but from a distance. But I'm sure na through this next year, I'll be even more exposed. Baka mas lalo ko na fall in love sa sport.